Life has a funny way of working out. Sometimes the things you wanted most will only show up after you've stopped chasing them. When you're desperate for something, love, success, approval, it seems to run away from you. But the moment you learn to be okay without it, suddenly it appears. It's like the universe has a strange sense of timing. You spend so much energy wanting something, trying to make it happen. But true peace comes when you let go. When you become complete on your own. That job you wanted? It might come after you stop defining yourself by your career. That relationship? It might arrive when you've learned to love yourself first. That success? It might show up when you're no longer desperate to prove yourself. The lesson is simple. Your worth isn't about what you get. It's about who you are. When you become confident and whole by yourself, life has a way of Life has a funny way of working out. Sometimes the things you wanted most will only show up after you've stopped chasing them. When you're
Overthinking is your mind desperately trying to process what your heart hasn't healed from. When trauma and pain are buried deep inside, they don't simply disappear. They surface as endless loops of thoughts, constant analysis, and relentless worry. Our mind gets so noisy because our buried emotions are trying to be heard. The only way to quiet our minds is to feel our feelings first. We need to let ourselves cry when we're sad, feel angry when we're wronged, grieve when we've lost something. You can't think your way out of pain. You have to feel your way through.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything. Your highs, your lows, your happiest moments and the most painful ones, your failures and your successes, your losses and your gains. Just remember, people can't come in and out of your life for no reason. The lessons you learn and the growth that you experience is never spontaneous. It's always meant to be. There's a higher purpose, a goal, a final destination, or a peak in your journey that you will have no idea of until you reach it. But for that, you need to climb the mountain. For that, you need to look for a deeper meaning. For that, you need to pay attention to everything and everyone around you, especially those that love you and leave you. There are some lessons that only people and their existence can give you. There are some lessons that only pain can bring out. There are some lessons that the biggest joys of your life will reveal to you. And there are some lessons that you never knew were lessons until they walked out of your life. Think about it. Only then will you stop treating your growth as an accident and start appreciating it as the most beautiful journey created just for you. Let's talk about those of us who feel everything too deeply. The overthinkers. The ones whose hearts are wired to notice every shift in tone, every delayed response. The ones who read entire stories in a single word text, who replay conversations looking for hidden meanings, who love so carefully because they're terrified of getting it wrong. Their happiness often hangs by the thread of someone else's mood, their peace dependent on another's response. These souls don't choose to be this way. Their hearts just came with extra sensitivity, their minds with extra awareness. What looks like neediness from the outside is really just fear wearing a different mask. Fear of loss, fear of abandonment, fear of giving too much and still ending up alone. But here's the beautiful truth about these deep-feeling souls. They love with an intensity that most people can't understand. They remember the little things, notice the unsaid things, feel the forgotten things. They just need someone patient enough to understand that their extra care comes from extra scars. Someone who knows that reassurance isn't neediness. It's helping them quiet a mind that's been hurt before. Because someone once taught them that love leaves when things get hard, and they're still learning that not everyone will.
The older you get, the more you realize the value of true friendship. It's not about having an exciting social life or being the most fun person around. It's much simpler than that. It's about showing up. Not just attending birthday parties or meeting for coffee, but being a friend people can turn to when life gets tough. Checking in when they're going through a rough time. Being the person who remembers their important job interview and asks how it went. You don't need to be perfect or have the right words. You just need to be reliable, consistent, and present. Whenever someone needs you, they don't remember what you said. They remember that you
To
were...
live life, you need problems.
That's so stupid!
If you get everything you want the minute you want it, what's the point of living?